What would you be tracking in a goal completion report in Google Analytics?
Good question. There's a lot of different things that you could track. I mean, basically, you want to track anything and everything that matters to you, right? So things like form fills. We tend to also track people who visit the contact us page versus fill out the contact us page form. Same thing if like you have a page where it's requesting a quote. I like to have a request a quote visits and versus form fills, right? So I know how many people actually visited the page versus filled out the form page. Any kind of click to calls, if you have a phone number on there and people are clicking to call, you want to do that. Oftentimes you may want people to land on a certain page, so you might want to report on landing pages. Where do people come in? How do they enter your website, right? You want to think, sometimes you want goals of people visiting a certain number of pages of our website, or even goals of like the amount of time spent on a site. For example, if you make your money because of people who visit your website revenue wise, and you want to be able to say, okay, well, you can make more money if you have more people visiting your website, or you can potentially charge more money advertising if people are spending more time on the website. So, and then again, you might want to be tracking things like clicking a button, playing a video, hitting a certain image, maybe clicking on a particular image, maybe clicking on a particular link, clicking on a call to action. All of those are events that you might want to track, or conversions that you might want to keep an eye on. With Google's GA4 now, you can do a lot more of this with event tracking. Google has a lot of it built in, but you can also add to it as well, so you can kind of get better understanding about how people are using your site. There's also kind of a cool tool from Microsoft called Clarity. It's totally free. You put a little bit of code on your website, and it'll actually record videos of people visiting your website, where they're clicking, what they're doing. But if you're talking strictly reporting, report on the things that have value, right? Did somebody buy a product from you? Did somebody, enroll for a class? Did somebody fill out a contact form? Did somebody reach out through a phone call? Those are the things you're most likely going to want to be reporting on. But what you track and what you're reporting will depend upon the kind of business that you're in, who you're reporting to, and what their metrics are, what they're looking for. But generally speaking, anything that has an ultimate value, like someone just visiting your website, yeah, it's nice to have visits, but if they're not converting, who cares, right? I mean, I can have 1,000 people to my website, but if nobody buys anything from me, well, I have 1,000 wasted visits, right? So it could be signups for your newsletter or whatever. Those are all things. So take a look at your website, get a good idea about what things add value for you and your business and your bottom line, and make sure that you are tracking those. Generally, that's going to be done through some kind of tool like Analytics or Clarity or something along those lines.